This is your WW3 News. European Union or Brussels, where it's have their headquarters, the European Parliament, as well as they passed this bill which 90% of emissions must be eliminated of CO2 within 2040. All those countries given a 5% carbon token to pollute for 5%. Wait for it. If you produce some type of plan or program outside the EC for those so-called developing countries not to pollute. Do you think America, China, and other continents give a hoot about CO2 emissions? They will continue to pollute because the economy has to grow. Whilst the European economy, they're doing an absolute suicide. They are destroying our living, how we earn for living as well, our jobs. They're after our cars, they're after our houses, they're after our gas cookers, stoves and fireplace. And this type of narrative here in Toscana, I think in the province of Lucca, has banned people who live in the countryside not to use their fireplace below 200 meters. Because obviously they say when each borough has its own plans and decide when to switch on or off the heating, or when you can use it, believe it or not. And it's been a bit cold and humid. And how people are gonna, in future, this is only the beginning, heat their houses. They're gonna die of cold. They won't have a house. They'll be poor because all the money you spend on upgrading an old house to make it more energy efficient is just thrown out the window, and they say you can't rent nor sell the house because it's not compatible with the new legislation which comes up to the Green Deal, an upgrade of save energy and being more and polluting less and putting less emissions in the atmosphere. At this point, Europe can go back to the times, to the Stone Age, to the Victorian times. Then the first industries pollute a lot of soot from factories and coal mines and any other thing which burns coal to produce energy or to heat in mass. It's absolute lunacy. And plus, not on top of it, juridically speaking, Brussels can't impose on member states legislation. They made it impossible to undo. Whoever comes in power, you can't undo it, what they've done, the mess they've done. And plus they impose it on member states, more taxes on electricity, gas bills, and all fossil fuels as well, petrol and diesel. It's not enough. We pay just a hell lot for energy in the future. They want to add on a tax onto it for what? Just to keep a corrupt bunch of lunatics in power. They do not represent no one. European Union is not, juridically speaking, an official public agency, whatever it is. It was aimed, probably in the past, was noble after the war, to unite all the European populations of the Second World War. This is more worse than the dictatorships which were in Russia or in World War II Germany. And this is on a path of a dystopian society they're creating. This is the blueprint of Agenda 2030. You own nothing, and you be miserably poor. There'll be elimination of the middle class people. Be like a liberal or socialist society. You'll be more poor and they'll be more richer. It's simple as that. And the middle class won't exist anymore. I don't think this is a future which I personally don't want. I don't think anyone who's a bit of common sense, a bit of logic, they are destroying our society, they're destroying our way of living and destroying our future. It's time to stand up and say enough is enough. Reforming the European Union is impossible. It's a corrupt institute. They continue fueling wars with Ukraine and Russia. Money is there for military weapons and all that stuff. And what Europe needs is an industrial plan and a source of stable energy. Renouncing Russian gas, which many countries benefit due to its costs, made their economies grow. Seeing you have to import from other third parties like America, God knows where else, it will cost you even more. And at the end of the day, it will just fuel inflation. Fuel inflation, they continue printing more money. They'll continue like this until the machine doesn't break. And obviously this discussion, Europe is preparing for war, brings nothing good for the future, for the people of Europe, let alone invasions and illegals in the continent, which are day by day taking over and destroying our values, our society. Thanks to those globalists of Brussels.